All right, I think we're in. I think we're in the Matrix. Hello, what's up, guys? Hello, welcome to the live chapter 1083 reaction for One Piece. I'm very excited for today. It's been a minute since the last chapter, right? Because we had all these breaks. So I am very happy. I've been itching to get back to One Piece, to get the story developing more and to get things going. Hopefully we don't have another break after this chapter. I'm praying that I don't get to the end of this chapter and it says break next week, but we are here. So hello everybody, what's up? Let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Oh yeah, before I do that, let me actually really quick, I'm gonna lower the music, get that to a appropriate volume for me here. Let's do a little bit of volume mixing, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so we have a new donation goal. I'm going to go over that in a second. But before I get to that, let me address, we got a new member. Welcome to VIP, Grand Lance, Itmib. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But Grand Lance, welcome to the hidden VIP, bro. Thank you for being a member. That's very awesome. I also wanted to thank, let's see, there was someone that sent a super. Yeah, Fizzle, thank you for the $20. He sent this pre-stream. Fizzle said, can't be here for the stream because I won't get off until 5. I'll have a good VOD to listen to on the way home, though. Try not to start a war this time. Thank you, Fizzle. It's funny to think about because the last time we did a chapter reaction was the 1082 one, and we all know how that one went. So, yeah, no wars this time, hopefully. Dr. Clover, welcome to VIP, brother. Thank you so much. Resem Lucas said, thank you for the member message. He said, like D-Stream and let's have fun. Sounds good, bro. Atlas, thank you for the member message as well. He said, hidden live reaction equals colossal W. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you, guys. And with that out of the way, let me address the dono goal that you guys see in the bottom here. So, recently, we finished our last donation goal, which was for the One Piece rap that I did. And I was thinking about, and also, for those wondering what I'm drinking, I got some hard iced tea here. I also got some ginger ale. So, actually, let's crack this open, get some ASMR for you. Oh, nice Canada Dry. Cheers. Okay, so, last time we did the rap, I finished the rap. That was a $1,000 donation goal. We hit that goal a lot faster than I expected. And, because of that, I was like, okay, whatever we do for the next goal, I feel like I have to really do something crazy to like live up to the hype, right? So I know that we talked about me doing a cosplay. Oh yeah, the chat's too small. I don't know what happened. OBS, something changed with OBS, like the resolution of shit. Let me quickly change that. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully, that's better. Let me actually make it even larger. Sorry. I apologize, I keep interrupting myself. It's just, my OBS settings changed recently. My chat settings are all over the place. I don't know what's going on. And I want to make sure everything's good so I don't have to think about it the rest of the stream. And then I'll continue explaining. So, my apologies. Let's just do that. I gotta like manually change the numbers of the resolution every time. That should be better, I think. Okay. Alright, that should be it. So I want to do, for the next donation goal, I decided I actually have a cosplay in mind already. I know what I'm gonna wear. I'm not gonna spoil. I guess that's kind of integral to it. I'm gonna be cosplaying as Gold Roger. I'm gonna grow out my mustache. I'm gonna see if I can get my mustache out there for Gold Roger. If not, I'll have to do a fake one. Thank you, Chance, so much for the 5 gift memberships, bro. I appreciate that. Welcome, Stefan, to the membership. Nika Senpai, enjoy the membership. Hamad, Korakhan, Archie RM, congratulations, brothers. Enjoy the membership. Yeah, so I'm going to cosplay Gold Roger. And what we're going to do is, for this next donation goal, we're going to do a marathon stream. And we're going to do a marathon stream for the type of stream that was the one-man reverie. So if anyone remembers the one-man reverie, that was a 12-hour marathon collab stream I did back in October, I think, or November. And that one was a crazy stream. Took a lot of work to put together. We had 8 back-to-back features over the course of 12 hours in one day. I want to do something of that magnitude again. So I decided what we're going to do is I'm going to do a game show. And I'm going to be Gold Roger. I'm going to host this game show. I am not going to take part in this game show. I'm going to host it. And this is going to be a big collab. I'm going to invite people onto the game show. And this is going to be a multi-round. I'm either thinking about doing a point-based system or elimination system. And it's going to be multiple rounds. And everyone is competing for a cash prize at the end of this stream. Now, I want to make it clear, the donation goal that I put up here is not for the purposes of the cash prize. The donation goal is to cover everything from the cosplay, which is probably going to be expensive, at least like $150 to $200 if I had to guess. It's going to include any equipment that I would need to pull this off and pull off some of the ideas that I have, subscriptions, things like that, commissions when it comes to the trailer, when it comes to promotional artwork, when it comes to the thumbnails, things like that. These are all going to be factored into the cost, and also just labor and time. I'm assuming this is going to take, roughly up to a month or so to prepare once we hit the goal. So for that reason, I feel like this is a pretty decent number to settle on, and then the cash prize is going to come out of my own pocket. The way I want to do it is basically, I'm going to get like, let's say 8 One Piece creators onto my stream. I'm going to be Gold Roger, sending the Great Pirate Era out to seek my treasure, and every round is going to be a different mini game, and it's going to be a different, almost like a game show or reality TV show type challenge or game. And the winners of, if you get eliminated, you're out of the running, or maybe it's like a point-based thing, but whoever is the first place at the end of the tournament will win a cash prize and a figure as a trophy. And it's going to be like finding the One Piece. You gain the One Piece. So I want to do the cash prize. I haven't decided on yet, but I wanted it to be hefty. I want the cash prize to be somewhere in the realm of $500 to $1,000 for the first place winner. So that's basically the idea. I don't want to give away what challenges are going to be appearing in this stream. I will say, for those of you who are Hidden Island fans and are well versed on the history of this channel and the things we've done on this channel, I can say expect certain things to return in this stream. Certain maybe past ideas or things that we've done in the past that I have kind of discontinued. Some things might make a return for this game show. So if you guys can, I'll let you guys fill in the blanks there. I won't say anything else. Let me address, we got 2 donations to start. I saw Atlas, I think it was Atlas earlier that asked, do membership donations count? I want to count them, but it's just, I feel like it's easier to just tally up straight up donations. Well, I mean the membership donations are super helpful for the channel. I want to just separate them out just to kind of keep track of everything easier and do the math easier. So we're just going to stick to straight up super chats and donations for this goal. If you want to donate for the goal, it's a super chat thing. The memberships are still, of course, always appreciated. It helps grow the channel. It helps build our community here. That's a really, really huge thing for the channel. But for building this goal specifically, I want to stick to super chats. And without further ado, I just want to say thank you very much. Reese, you donated $50. Reese M. Lucas, thank you, bro. He said, Game Show Fund, Hidden Roger, here we come. Thank you, bro. We're off to a good start. Chance, thank you for another $50, my brother. He said, all right, and we start the race. Hell yeah. So I'm not putting a time limit on this donation goal. We're just going to build up to it. every stream, and then once we hit the goal, that's when the preparations begin, and then that's when the countdown starts. I'm gonna start preparing for the stream. I'm actually gonna get the cosplay ordered fairly soon. Because you have to tailor it and you have to get the measurements and everything. And it takes time for them to make it, so I'm gonna have to order that fairly soon. But once we get the goal, you know, going, we're gonna be cooking. We're gonna be cooking. And I'm assuming that we'll probably hit this goal, and we'll probably do the game show sometime during the summer. So it'll be a summer game show, you know, find the One Piece type situation. So that's the new donation goal. Let me actually update, the goal here. So we have 100 and we have 102 2 pounds. Thank you, Moog. He said, hype for the news coup segment to return. I love that that's the one that you honed in on. That's how you know you're a real one, because you remember the news coup. Johannes, thank you for the 20 euros, my friend. He said, let's get this started. I still regret only doing gifted membership for the rap incentive. Oh, don't worry. All the gifted memberships have been immensely helpful. That's like, no, the only reason I'm like pushing for super chats is just for this donation goal specifically. It just makes things easier for me. But, you know, the memberships, don't ever doubt that they are incredibly helpful. So don't ever, you know, don't ever regret that, please. But thank you guys. Okay, so we're currently at 140. It says on my stream chat revenue. Oh, because we had the $20 at the beginning of the stream. Okay, all right. So then I'm doing that now since I've announced it. All right. So beautiful, beautiful. No, I can't speak. I can't speak German. I wish I could. I would love to speak German. That's actually in my of all my languages that I want to learn. Of course, Japanese is my number one, just because it helps me the most with my job and also my wife's family. But after Japanese, I would say German is somewhere in my top 5 of like languages that I would like to learn. I also kind of want to learn Latin, even though it's a dead language. But I think it would be cool to know, just for like historical purposes. Atlas, thank you so much for. Why am I misremembering what this currency is? Thank you for 50 of those. Are those francs? Damn. My bad, brother. I'm so bad with currencies. Thank you for the 50 though. He said, loving the idea of the game show, sounds very promising, really hyped. Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's throw that on the list there. And Marth, thank you for the other 10 euros. Thank you, bro. Leave Chopper alone. See, now Marth's onto something. I think Marth has an idea of what's going to be coming up. So this is going to be fun, man. This is going to be fun. You didn't miss the read, Toby. We haven't started it yet. We have not started it yet. I just wanted to get this announcement out of the way at the beginning of the stream before we started. Because I figured the chapter is probably going to take up the rest of the discussions today. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the 10, Doron. Thank you so much, brother. He says Ivankov. You're not making me do the... I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen. We're cooking. The race is cooking already. Hold on a second. I have to. The alert box is also massive for some reason. Wait, there's 2 alert boxes? What's going on? I'm so confused. Hold on. You know what it is, guys? I updated my OBS. OBS hit me with an update yesterday, and they were like, hey, the newest version's available. And I hit yes, and now a bunch of my shit got reset. I don't know what that's about, man. What's good with that? Okay, hold on. These are all just other elements. Woo, alright. Juxtaplicity, thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. They said, this just in, Buggy has been emu all along. That's the truth people aren't ready for. That's what people aren't ready for that one. The power of Buggy. The true power of Buggy. Alright, guys. We're already past 200 for the dono goal. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. That's really sick. I'm very excited. This is going to be really fun. So, thank you very much for that. Let's get into the chapter. I know a bunch of you guys are in the stream right now. You want me to read the chapter? Let's read the chapter. Okay. I'm ready to go. I don't want to delay any further. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. To be honest, I don't want to keep myself waiting. I've been hyped for this. So all right. Chapter 1083, The Truth About That Day. Doflamingo tending to a fallen chick and making a nest with his coat. That's pretty cute. Okay, Kamabaka Queendom. We accomplished everything we set out to do. All 3 objectives were taken care of. We officially declared war by destroying the Celestial Dragon's symbol. What the fuck is this symbol here? That's cool. We rescued Kuma-san and freed as many slaves as possible. So they did everything. What went wrong? Finally, we managed to find and destroy the Holy Land's food reserves. So what was the fallout? It was nothing to sneeze at, but we got the world's attention, and the Navy ended up sending in the big guns. Meanwhile, we triggered uprisings in 12 nations where we held some strong influence, 8 of which were successful. Well, you say 8 were successful, but none of them vanished, the Kingdom of Lulusia. Or one of them vanished, the Kingdom of Lulusia. The headlines censored everything, but the 7 others have all declared their intent to no longer pay the Celestial tribute or comply with exploitative exporting of their resources. On top of that, the Revolutionary Army is attacking the government supply carriers all over the world to stop resources from reaching Marie-Joie. Okay, so they want to they want to do a siege of Marie-Joie. They want to stop any resources going into the city. They say the Holy Land's high up location makes it an impenetrable fortress. But we'll see how they like living under siege. That's such a crazy play. I love that. They'll finally get a taste of what it is to live in poverty and go hungry. Hee-haw, that's what I call a result. Interesting. I got some thoughts here. I know that they are horrible people, but I'm wondering how many of the people in Marie-Joie deserve to starve. You know, go through that. I don't think anyone deserves to go through that, I'll be honest. Chance, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, bro. I appreciate that, man. Welcome, I'm Broke to the VIPs. Anonymous, welcome. Mufti Ali, welcome to the members. George, hello. And Chad Lagos, welcome to membership, guys. Welcome to Hidden VIP. Big W for Chance. Thank you, bro. But yeah, like, there's good people up in Marie-Joie, like Don Quixote, Miosgard, like, he's a decent guy now. You know, like, does he deserve to, you know, starve? Anyway, indeed, we may not be able to cut off all their supplies, but we're squeezing them slowly but surely. They must be struggling by now. Yeah, so they're putting the pressure on them. Putting the pressure. As expected, though, they're not a foe who will just take all this lying down. Our real battle will start when they mobilize God's Knights. That's Shanks. That's Shanks, right? That looks like Griffin on his waist here. What's good with that? I don't know. What are with these spirals here, too? That could be like the background. I don't know if that's like an effect. But like... Does that not look like Shanks? Like, why was he in Marijois during the reverie, right? Like, doesn't that, I'm getting, like, the fucking alarm bells are going off right now. What the fuck is that? What's a God Knight? You realize you will be their #1 target, right, Sabo? Or should I start calling you Flame Emperor Boy? I'm not too hot on that name. It doesn't matter what the truth behind King Cobra's assassination is. The news reports have made you a hero already. In the eyes of revolutionaries everywhere, authority figures within the world government are hated for being subhuman monsters. While there are certainly many malignant, power-hungry despots who deserve that reputation, there are also a number of intelligent and fair rulers too. That's true. That's the point I was making. They're not all bad. A large majority of them are bad and enable terrible things up there, but there's some intelligent and just rulers that work under the world government. It's not all bad people, right? I mean, Garp works for the world government, and even if you want to say that Garp technically kind of doesn't answer to them directly, there's still higher ups that are good people. I would say Sengoku, who does have to answer to the world government, he's a decent guy, right? Chance, thank you for the $20, my friend. He said, who are the God Knights power scale? Well, if that Shanks over there happens to be a God Knight, and if that's what's being referenced here, then I would imagine they're at the top. They're at the very, very tippy top. I mean, this is like the Toby Ropo of Marijois, right? These are like the yeah, they're like the Toby Ropo or something. Arabasta's King Cobra was in a class of his own. Everyone considered him to be an outstanding sovereign. Unfortunately, misinformation spreads faster than nuances like that. This might be cold to say, but while I feel bad for what happened to King Cobra, I think I can live with the way this all played out if it helps fuel the flames of rebellion. I feel like I'm a little bit stunned. I mean, look, they're very fiery revolutionaries, but like I feel like Luffy, his mentality contrasts super hard with these guys. Like, I don't know if that's just me, guys. Like, tell me if I'm the only one, but doesn't Luffy's mentality really conflict hard with the shit that Sabo's saying and the shit that like Ivankov was saying up here? Like, I feel like Luffy would be totally like against that. Like, he's not down for that. And like this shit that he said about Cobra, like Luffy would be fucking fuming right now. I can see them actually having some sort of issues with each other, like the revolutionaries. I don't know. What really happened? Is there any truth behind this scoop? We all shed tears over this, desperately trying to find an explanation because we all wanted to believe in you. Shit, here we go. Over a month ago, at the home of the gods in the holy land of Marijois, not long after the reverie began, they're attacking the home of the gods. Okay. Get out of here and help us, you lousy bureaucrats. They blew up the storehouse. The intruders are with the Revolutionary Army. We're under attack. It's the 4 captains. This is outrageous. First they attacked our beloved symbol, and now the plebs have taken away our exquisite food. Does the jealousy of these vermin know no bounds? I don't even want to keep the heads, just dispose of them at once. After all, summon all those dreadful bodyguards and have them executed. Those miserable wretches allowed this to happen on their watch. These are some ugly... These are some disgusting looking people. Look at this face here. That's some shit out of Junji Ito, bro. You depraved snail. Okay, I don't feel bad for any of these guys, almost. Wait a second. I told you to hurry. Gah. What would you do if something were to happen to me? I've had enough. I'll walk myself. Damn, man. Consider yourself fired, you useless piece of trash. Yeah, fucking cook this guy. Yep, my gun. Who do you think you are? I'm based. Crowing soot. Oh, this is cool. What is that? He just fired a crow out of his arm there. Oh, so like a crow took it. Yeah, okay, got it. Escape to the east of the city. What? Oh, okay. It's the Revolutionary Army. Oh, this is a Logia, right? Like, what is this? This has to be a mythical zone. This is a mythical zone. This is not a Logia. It looks like a Logia, but it's probably... It probably is a Logia in this... Like, it has Logia properties the same way that Marco's fruit gives him Logia properties. Because you can just shoot through him and it just goes through him and he just repairs it, right? Get Saint Pluming to safety. Let's riddle this scum with bullets. Blast him till there's nothing left. They're brutal up here, man. Huh? There's really nothing left. Don't tell me he's... Obelus Soot. Hold on. I gotta zoom in here. Damn. Karasu ate the soot fruit. So he's made out of... Is that a Logia? He's made out of ashes, basically. Soot. So he just happens to like crows. Is that what it is? Is that why he also wears the Plague Doctor mask? Because he can't breathe that in constantly? What's that about? Laser shooter. Hurry up. Gather at the east side of the city. We're going to get you out of here, okay? Thank you so much. You can thank us when you're free. Yep. Lindbergh is the man. I like Lindbergh. I have a feeling I'm going to really like him the more I get to know him. He reminds me of Rocket Raccoon. They're really going at it over there. They're headed this way. Hurry up and release everyone. Leave it to me. Crow. Rencon. Oh, wait. Is he naming all his moves? I'm wondering what... Is that, like, named after the vegetable? What is that supposed to be named after? I missed a couple donations, I think. Trevor R, thank you for the $5. He says, Robin may be aware of Cobra's death and it might be the news she kept from Luffy while the Straw Hats were traveling to Egghead. Oh, that's, you're probably right about that. You're probably right about that. Let's put that 5 on there. Binks, thank you for the $10, bro. He said, like the stream. I'm looking forward to this Roger cosplay and the game show. Enjoy the rest of the chapter. Hee-haw. Yo, thank you, Binks. I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you for the $10, my friend. I can't wait to do this game show. It's going to be really fun. All right. Oh my, this boy sure looks like this boy sure likes to play rough. Western Captain of the Revolutionary Army, Morley. You're the ones destroying the city. Just cough up where your leader went off to. You shouldn't sniff around and stalk people, you dirty little perv. You're as bad as him. Watch where you're swinging. Ryokug, you bastard. I'll see to it that you hang if any of us get hurt. Damn, it's impossible to fight here. Get out of my way. Get out of the way already. Oh, man. Even the admirals are, like... They're subject to this, man. They're the ones defending you. And you're, like, threatening to hang him? If any of them get hurt, bro, he's the only thing keeping you guys from getting absolutely annihilated right now. They're irredeemable, bro. Elegant Crow, thank you for the 5, my friend. He said, Blinker, shall we hidden? I will indulge. I will indulge, my friend. We shall. This pod's just about empty though, so I think this is probably gonna be the only blinker I can even do. Alright, let me heat that up. Fujitoro, what do you think you're doing? I'm calling it a meteor strike. Don't be, what the fuck? Did you just hear what they just said, bro? Don't be an idiot, that's a terrible idea. There are 2 admirals here. If we were anywhere but the home of the gods, that'd be more than enough power to turn any battlefield upside down. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The whole ground is like turned, like it's like looking like Toontown right now. What's going on? Even if you ignore the handicap, the revolutionary captains are doing well to stand their ground. Oh, we got the old squad here. Are these all CP0 agents now? Are they all promoted? See, Jabra's here. Just goes to show there are no pushovers. Yo yoi. Chapapa. He's Fukuro's looking. I like the new look, you know. Sabo, don't you have the keys to the to these collars yet? I just found out where they keep them. It won't be long. Lindbergh, what's up? Kuma-san's in Pangea Castle too. What? I just spotted him with that dumb father and son saint duo, Roswald and Charlos. They must be still looking to get revenge for that thing we heard about at the public courtyard. What the hell? Mufufu, I'll make her my pet. He hasn't given up on getting Shirahoshi. Oh my god, I hate this guy, bro. He's just like, what is your purpose in existence, bro? What is it? like you just exist to be an awful human. I mean, you're supposed to hate him. I'm not complaining, but man, I hate Charlos. I won't forgive them for using Kuma-san like this. Yeah, we won't let them get away with it. Morley, make sure everything's ready. Okie dokie. Father. Oh, right, I forgot Bonnie was at the Reverie, right. Can't you buzz off? I'd rather have Vice Admiral Garp's help. Don't worry, we'll protect you. Like you protected Shirahoshi? Oh wait, you didn't. And that creep's definitely going to target her again. I wonder if Lucci sees like the... What if he sees the issue with all this, you know? I'm afraid only King Cobra has been permitted an audience with the 5 elders. Oh, they killed him. But, Shaka, Pell. This won't take long, and it would be tedious for you to wait outside. It'd be a much better use of your time to look out for Vivi. She's always been a mischievous one. You can't let her out of your sight for a second. Don't end the chapter here. Don't end the chapter here. No. No. What's gonna happen in the room? Oh my god, and Killer Comedy gifted 20 memberships? Hold on. Hold on. Vazu Cap, welcome to the VIPs. Wendha, welcome to the VIPs. Welcome Puck the Pirate. Welcome Birch. Welcome Deadman. Welcome Dennis Beijman. Beijman. Welcome I'm Chaozu. Welcome Shaggy. Welcome Seth Wright. Welcome Pirate King Season. Welcome LJ916. Welcome Sourish Ghosh. Welcome Rickert. Welcome Reg One Piece. Welcome Crimson Moon Rising. Welcome Eamon Miri. Welcome Jake Fagan. Welcome Cygnus X1. Welcome Playboy Johnny Carter. Welcome Long Way Longer Way. Welcome Tony Chulo. I think that's everyone. Yo, welcome guys. Welcome to the memberships, bro. You all now have premium access to the hidden VIP lounge. Congratulations. When the Yo, thank you so much, Killer. I appreciate that big time, man. You're the best.
Nice.
You're the man. Seriously. Let me, one of my elements is unlocked here. There we go. Wow. Okay. No way. This is where they end it. This is a crazy cliffhanger, man. This is a crazy cliffhanger. Okay, we got a lot to talk about here. Let's start from the top. So as I was saying, okay, so first off, really interesting. What is this celestial dragon symbol? Like, it's just like a... Like, is it like their flag, basically? But why is it not a flag, right? Like, it makes me wonder, because everyone else uses flags. It's all flags. Even the world government has the flag. What's specifically important about this celestial dragon symbol? It could just be like a gold monument, and they just destroyed it. But something's interesting about that. I want to see how they rescued Kuma. Well, we're probably going to see all that next chapter, if I had to guess. The whole thing about starting a siege on Marijois and basically trapping them on the red line with no food, very interesting plot. I do think, though, that the mentality of the revolutionaries is like, you know, we're going to defeat them by any means necessary. You know, they have the right goal in mind. They're willing to take whatever path it takes to get there. So that's something I could see Luffy having a conflict with at some point. I'm not exactly sure, but when we also consider how shitty the Celestial Dragons are, if I had to choose between the methods of the revolutionaries and the methods of the Celestial Dragons, as they have been for the last 800 years, I choose the revolutionaries 10 times out of 10, obviously. I'm just saying that, you know, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, guys, I know. You don't have to clarify for me that this is the Celestial Dragon Claw. I know that that's what the symbol is. I'm saying, why do they have a giant Celestial Dragon symbol just sitting there? You know, like you would think that, like, the flag is enough. But, like what's the significance of this Celestial Dragon symbol? And it makes me think whether or not the Dragon Claw symbol is related. Like, this might be the point of origin, and this symbol might have some greater meaning that we are not aware of yet. It might be related to some piece of technology, even. If I had to guess, there could be some... Do you guys think that Emu has structures in space right now that we just can't see? Like, do they have... Because if they have advanced technology, right? Oh, fuck. They took out the Ancient Kingdom. They had all this advanced technology, right? Presumably could go to space, do all that stuff. Do you think there's structures in outer space right now? Do you think the Celestial Dragon Claw is... Hold on. Now roll with me for a second. This is supposed to represent the globe of the planet? And that they have some sort of, like, satellite weapon. And in the chapter where Sabo and everyone looked up at Leloucia and they saw some sort of shadow in the sky, if you reread that chapter, the shadow almost looked triangular in shape. It almost looked like people were wondering whether or not it was like a UFO or something. It's almost triangular. So, like, the claws here look like big, you know, they're like big triangles, basically. And we also have, like, these could represent maybe the ancient weapons, and then this is whatever Eam has. there's like a fourth, right? And that would be Eam at the bottom there. I don't know. I'm just saying. Putting it out there. If there's a meaning to the celestial dragon symbol that we don't know, that would be interesting. That could be a way to represent that. Full schizo mode. Listen, bro, you have to fucking do this if you want to actually get anywhere with theories. You gotta actually consider the craziest ideas. Be honest with me. Are we reading One Piece if everything goes exactly as you think it's gonna go? I don't think so. Oda is so good at defying expectations. So I think the schizo mode, the theorizing is necessary. In this case, everything in One Piece could have some sort of deeper symbolism to it if Oda chose to do so. The celestial dragon symbol could be an extension of that. It could have some sort of symbolism to it we're not aware of yet, and it could be representative of their control on the planet. I think that's totally valid. And the only reason I want to just point that out is because they chose to destroy the symbol of the celestial dragons as opposed to the symbol of the world government. You know? Because the world government has their own flag, their own symbol. When Luffy declared war on the world government, he shot the world government flag, right? So I'm just saying, there could be, the reason that there's two distinct symbols and that the celestial dragons don't just use the world government symbol could indicate something about the nature of their control or their government, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Space laser, that's what I was thinking. Like, could it be, right? Because they have potentially this highly advanced technology from the ancient kingdom that could be space technology, so there's no reason for them not to have a space laser. Like, why wouldn't, you know? Like, if there was any way to explain what happened at Lulusia, is the craziest explanation ever really a space laser? I feel like that might be the most simple explanation, if we're thinking about it. So it could be that the world of One Piece itself has like a physical representation of the claw. Maybe there's like actual satellites outside the planet that the world government has control of. These things could also be the ones messing up the, they could be artificially inducing all these weird properties with the magnetism and everything on the Grand Line to make it purposefully to prevent people from finding the One Piece and stuff. What's up, Par? Yeah. It's just like, okay, all right, think about it this way, right? Think about it this way. I know I'm harping on this for a while, but let me bookend this comment with this. Right? If all the symbols in One Piece, like all the flags and the symbols of countries, are meant to have some sort of representation about the origins or the nature of that group, or that, like, everything, every flag or every symbol indicates something about what they represent, right? The straw hats, obviously, the literal straw hat on the symbol can indicate, the nature of the captain. This is the logic that Threevil used with his Blackbeard theory to justify the 3 hearts thing, with Blackbeard being an octopus and Blackbeard is the 3 heads on the flag. That's like an example of that. Even though that's still speculation, but it's a really cool example. I think if that turned out that way, that'd be really cool. But like, you can even go to like the sun pirates, like the fishmen, having the sun tattoo and that sun symbolism relating to Nika, and that also being a way to like, connect to the fishmen's desire to come to the surface. All these symbols in One Piece connect to their original group in some way. They have some sort of symbolic meaning, right? But, obviously the celestial dragons have nothing about them physically or visually or characteristically that identifies them with the symbol aside from the name celestial dragons, which is self-assigned anyway. So I'm just thinking, like, what could this symbol, like, even... Obviously, in One Piece, these things change over the ages. 800 years later, these symbols take on different meanings, So it could be that the original meaning behind this symbol may have been forgotten over time. And it could be that originally 800 years ago, this symbol meant something else. Maybe it was like some sort of symbol for the world itself. That circle in the middle is the globe, is the planet, and the claw, the triangles, which could represent these like space weapons that the world government is in possession of. The parts that make this circle, that turn the circle into a claw, I mean, isn't that perfect symbolism? The celestial dragon's claw grasping the planet. Like, just visualize that. The claw of the celestial dragons literally grasping the planet of One Piece, like controlling it, you know? So it's like cool to think about this idea where you have, maybe that's what the symbol could mean. And yeah, I don't know. This is just like a fun train of thought to go down. Obviously, it's not supported heavily by anything. It's all speculation, but I do think if there was a way for like, yeah, like space weapons or something, I could see that being a thing. And that's maybe like the hidden meaning of the symbol. And that's going to all come together once we learn about the space weapon or whatever, if that is a thing. And then that might explain, like, more visually, we might understand the purpose of the symbol. So, yeah. So they destroyed the food reserves. There's no food? Is there no food? They have to import their food now? Bad dragon. Fucking idiot. I don't think Shanks is one of the God Knights. It just doesn't work with his character, and why would he even want to be a part of something like that? Well, that's the big question, right? Let's actually go to let's talk about that now. I talked about the revolutionaries, how they kind of conflict with Luffy's perspective, kind of. Where were the God Knights mentioned? It's up here. Yeah. Okay. Now, the reason I think this is Shanks, there's a few things here that give me Shanks vibes. I know that it currently doesn't line up with the motives we've assigned Shanks and what we assume Shanks to be all about. We have a couple of details that I think are a little bit rough, or they make Shanks a little bit more sus. Let's talk about all these. Let's talk about all the sus Shanks details. All right. So, as of film read, Shanks, two things were confirmed or heavily implied about Shanks through Volume 4 Billion and the movie itself. Shanks is a baby that was found in God Valley. Uda, in the movie, being Shanks' daughter, is referred to by the Gorosei to be a daughter of the Figarland family. So now we know something about Shanks' family name. We don't know what that family name is related to. It could not even be a celestial dragon, but it could be. It could be related to one of the families that has some importance in Mary Joie, with maybe through the God Knights. But regardless, we're not going to jump to conclusions there. We have Figarland Shanks, potentially, found at God Valley, a place where celestial dragons were. And now, it's just hitting me. God Valley? God's Knights? Could God Valley be the place where they like create God's Knights? Like they have slaves there, and the children of the slaves that the celestial dragons had at God Valley, those would get taken to Mary Joie and they would get turned into God's Knights. Is that what happened to Kuma? Was Kuma one of those kids that was taken to become a God Knight and he somehow escaped? I don't know. But that's also another thing to think about. God Valley could be a place where they create God's Knights, and Shanks was found there. So that's one thing that's hitting me. Another thing that's hitting me is looking at this, right? So, also at the Reverie, Shanks, for some reason, we still haven't been able to answer how Shanks was able to talk to the Gorosei with no problems. So that's another massive sus thing for Shanks that makes me question a lot. So he was able to talk to the Gorosei, all these other connections, and now we have this God's Knights here. This guy is not obviously, it's not obviously, or it's not certainly Shanks. It's not 100% Shanks, but the silhouette looks similar. It really does. It looks similar here. The cloak, this sword that he has on the hilt, especially the way the hilt is designed, looks just like Griffin. Let me look that up. One Piece Shanks Griffin. Or is it, or Gridden? Is it with the two, or is that how you spell Peter Griffin? Which one is it? Yeah, it's Griffon. Yeah, that's how you spell it. All right, look at this. Bro, look at this. Like, the sword looks the same. The cloak is the same. The hair, from what little we can see of it, looks the same. As a matter of fact, all the red hair pirates... It's Holy Knights. It's Holy Knights. Yeah, that could be. So that might be also the potential translation, because this is TCB, right? So we're not certain whether or not. It's not certain whether or not that's actually the correct translation. That's true. Who said that? Oh, Black Lightning. That was a super chat. Thank you for the $2, my friend. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $2 from the Black Man Who Laughs. He said Gorosei could be former God Knights. That's a sick idea. I love that. I love that. Okay. All right, now we're cooking with something. We're cooking with fire now. We're cooking with fire. So hold on. Let me get back to my. Let me add these $4 to the donation goal real quick before I forget. Hit $250 already on the donation goal. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much. All right. So here's the other thing I want to point out. So we have these silhouettes here. Tell me. I know these could be mistaken for a lot of different people or a lot of different things, but you have this guy here that looks like Shanks. You have this big guy in the back here. Obviously, you can't get a good look at him, but like, look at these two images side by side. You know what I mean? So to the right of Shanks is this big silhouette here, all the way in the back. To the right of Shanks here is a big silhouette right directly to his left, and he has these other two guys in front. Very similar positioning here. Now, to the left of, or to the right of Shanks, or to our left, there is what's his name, and then Monster the monkey. Now we have these two, right? Whoa, who do you have over here? Look at this guy all the way on the left side. Does this not look like a person that has a small monkey perched on their shoulder? Am I seeing things? Tell me. It's okay. It's okay if I'm wrong. I'm just saying. So, yeah. That's the only thing. So, like, all these details are coming together. Yeah, Bonk Punch. Thank you, Loot. I always forget Bonk Punch. Yeah, so Bonk Punch and Monster. So, like, does that not look like Bonk Punch and Monster in the back there? Could it be that the red hair pirates are God's Knights? Or the Holy Knights or whatever? Would that be crazy if they were a Yonko crew, like on the surface, but secretly they were God's Knights or some shit? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. So that's the thing that got me thinking with this. Everyone's making these connections but still talking themselves out of it. Is it Shanks? Because that would mean Griffin is on the wrong side of his body. Let's find out. Let's see. Let's confirm that. Where does Shanks keep Griffin? Where is Griffin usually sheathed? Is it on his left side or right side? Looks to me like it's on the same side as his arm. I know this is a fan image. All right, let's pull up this figure here. Same side, guys. Same side. Why don't we just fact check these things? It's very easy. It took me 2 seconds to Google. Look, same side. Same side. Joshua, thank you for the $10. Ancient tech needs a certain person to activate it. That's why Emu had Vivi pinned and Croc was in Alabaster for Pluton. Shirahoshi is Poseidon. Joy Boy is needed for Laugh Tale. Emu controls Uranus. I think Joy Boy is a necessary part of the ancient weapons. I think Joy Boy is definitely a necessary part of controlling them, because the way that Otohime described it to Shirahoshi was that you were going to have someone that was going to appear to guide you onto how to use your power. And by everything we can tell, that is what Luffy has been doing. And that's what Joy Boy, and Luffy's Joy Boy. So... yeah, so I know people are saying it could be just someone that uses his sword left-handed, and it could be blah blah blah. I understand, but what's the purpose of having a discussion if I'm going to look at this and say, huh, this looks like Shanks. Let's not theorize about this. Let me just discard it, because I'd rather just pretend that everything is just it's just completely unknowable. Why even theorize? Why make a fucking YouTube channel? Why do it? Why do it, right? Because if there's no point in theorizing about it, because instead of saying, huh, this looks like Shanks' sword on the same side of the body that Shanks uses it, same body proportions, same cloak, generally the same silhouette. Let's instead of theorizing about it, let's just discard opinions, guys. I see a lot of people doing this and it pisses me off, because it's like, why you follow the channel if you don't want theories? Like, I don't get it. What are you here for? Like, come on. Shanks' dad is interesting. He says, Jesus, vlam down. I'm assuming you're trying to say calm down. You're in my stream, my friend. I hope you know that. This is not yours. So. I hope you're aware of that. I'll make you aware of it pretty quickly. Yeah, so I think it's a fun idea. What were we gonna say? Going on in the chapter, I think this one is an interesting one. I want to talk about Karasu a little bit, because depending on... So I had assumed that this was some sort of mythical zone, and it's the Soot fruit. I can only assume that's a Logia. Morley, I'm pretty sure, is a Paramecia user. Lindbergh doesn't use any devil fruit, unless... Well, what's the situation with him, though? He's a mink, right? Okay. And then Bello Betty. I was hoping we would get like a nice balance of Zoan, Paramecia, Logia with the Revolutionary Commanders, and then one that doesn't use any. But yeah. Got a bit of that dog in him. Treat boy like OP scans. Keep acting. No, man, just fools come in here and say dumb shit. I'm gonna call it as it is, bro. It's dumb. Joel Del Burrito says, I thought this was a cool channel, but this guy gets angry. See what I'm talking about? Like, people come in here and then get upset that the channel is not what they wanted. They want me... You want me to be this perfect little person for you that, like... Bro, you know what? Get out of here. Fuck you, bro. I'm so sick of people like this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be real. I love all my viewers. People like this that come into the streams, they've never been in a stream before. They come in here and they just drop some lame ass comment like that. I'm just not gonna tolerate it. I'm gonna call you for what you are. So you can get the hell out. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm good. I don't need your viewership if you're gonna act like that. I think that's what Oda wants you to think, and it'll just be Shanks after all. I'm ready for it to be a red herring. Like I said, this is nothing definitive. I'm just saying, if we look at all the details, this helps fill in some blanks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, oh yeah, I forgot to play the band sound effect. My bad. Here, you fool. Yeah, the human island. Please recognize that. Do I gotta show you an opera? I gotta show you the fucking... I gotta show you Pagliacci? The fucking clown? Do you need to learn a moral lesson about what it is to be on stage? Yeah. It's not Shanks. Oda was asked if Shanks is two people and the answer was censored. We never saw the scar in Marischwa. The lack of an answer is telling to me. That's an interesting idea. I would love to see the thing you're referring to there. If Shanks is two people though, I don't know if I could buy into that. If he's one guy that's playing multiple sides, that I could see, you know? Like to say there's two guys that look like Shanks, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I've heard crazier things, you know what I'm saying? But like there's, you know, we do have clones. I'll give you that. Is it possible that Shanks could be a clone of someone else? Like, wait a second. Could the Shanks that was at God Valley be a clone? Like the baby Shanks that was found at God Valley is a clone of someone else. Okay, now we're getting crazy with it. Now we're getting into real speculative territory here. But yeah. It was a theory for how he could travel so fast. Well, so teleporter, this is the thing with the traveling fast thing. This is the way that I always thought about it. I didn't think it would be like a thing where he's able to just zip around the world with some unknown magical ability. I think what I've always chalked it up to with Shanks is that that this goes back to my future sight video, right? The King of Coincidence. I always thought that Shanks just had such good future sight that he was able to see things coming in advance, so he would make the move early. So if Shanks needed to be somewhere to do some certain thing, to accomplish a certain thing, right? He would see far enough into the future, so he would start moving towards that goal before anyone else started. Like before let's say there was a reverie that was going to happen, and Shanks needed to be there to stop something from happening. Hypothetically, he would see that in advance, and before the reverie even was like set up, he would already be working his way there. You know. So the way I always saw it is that he's constantly one step ahead of everyone, and that's why he's getting to places seemingly really fast. So to us, it looks like he's zipping around the world super quickly, but for him, that's not the case. Actually, his journey is very intentional. It's just that he knows where he has to go in advance of going there. So he's already making his move now. Like, right? Like that's why he was like upset with Elbaf. He thought at Elbaf he said he thought Blackbeard was going to show up at Wano. Blackbeard didn't show up to Wano, so maybe his future sight isn't perfect. That might also explain why he wasn't able to save Ace at Marineford, right? It could be a couple reasons. It could be that either Ace's death was necessary to push Luffy. It could be that Shanks didn't know Ace was going to die until like the last second or something, and then the future changed, and then Ace died, so he wasn't able to help him. Or Kaido held him up too long. But no matter which way it is, I feel like if he does have future sight, there's definitely a way where it has error, because Luffy ate the Gumu Gumu no Mi, and it did not seem like Shanks intended for Luffy to eat that fruit at first. I would suspect he went to the island for Ace. This is all coming back to this is all the Future Seer Shanks, the King of Coincidence video. All this has been talked about there, but just to kind of wrap things up real quick, yes, I think it's not a speed thing. I think it's a knowledge thing. I think he just knows. I think he's able to use future sight to kind of make moves ahead of people. Ruben, thank you for the 20 euros, my friend. I appreciate that. He said, this is off topic, but the name of the ancient kingdom is confirmed. Let's see. Blackbeard is BB. Buggy equals B. Blackbeard plus Buggy equals BBB. BBB equals Bingo Bango Bongo. So Blackbeard and Buggy will team up in the final saga to revive the ancient kingdom. What do you guys think about that?
The One Piece! The One Piece is real!
Thank you. Thank you for the 20, bro. I love that. Bingo Bango Bongo confirmed. I was wrong in the original theory. It was Bingo Bongo in the original theory, but there was a chapter in Wano that foreshadowed Bingo Bango Bongo. So apologies, guys. I have to correct that name there. Let me see. For those that didn't see it, let me see if I can actually find that post. It was pretty funny. Someone sent that to me. Yeah, here we go. Let me turn off the filter. Yeah, so hold on. Can I get this image up? Look, guys, it was foreshadowed. It was foreshadowed in Wano. We nailed it. Imagine trying to throw a surprise party for Shanks. I like that, Zonard. What's up, Ronnie? Thanks for getting here, man. He said, how late am I? Just hopped off stream. Well, we finished the chapter. I did a couple of announcements. You missed the beginning of the stream. If you missed that, I announced my next donation goal. And the newest donation goal is going to be a One Piece game show. I'm going to be doing a One Piece game show. I'm going to be doing a cash prize. I'm going to be all costumed up. We're going to be doing multiple rounds, elimination style maybe, getting a bunch of creators on. It's going to be really fun. So that's the new donation goal. We read the chapter, and then what else did we talk about since you just got here? I think that's it. Did we talk about anything else? I don't think so. But let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it's confirmed. Partha, Bingo Bongo is confirmed. People doubted. People doubted, but there it is in plain writing. The foreshadowing from Oda. Thank you, Memoji, for the 125. Are those, what are those? Are those Mexican dollars? MX? But thank you for the 125 of those, my friend. He said, in the conversation between Whitebeard and Shanks, Whitebeard mentions that every time he sees Shanks' face, his scar ached. Could it be someone similar to Shanks that scared Whitebeard? I've always thought this, and I've always thought that was in reference to rocks. I'm convinced that's one of the biggest reasons I believe in the Shanks' rocks' kid theory or something along those lines, because of that. Specifically because Whitebeard has some sort of visual like association with Shanks to another person. You could always say it's Roger, but like at the same time, Shanks is not visually that similar to Roger. He has red hair, he doesn't have a mustache or any of that, he doesn't wear the straw hat anymore. He's very different. So the way I see it is there's someone else that Shanks looks like, or maybe looks more similar to, that reminds Whitebeard of someone. And the reason Oda kept that down low at the time was because he didn't want to give away this idea. I need to convert. I have to update. You know what? I'll just do it all at the end of the stream. I'll do the math myself. I don't know what the conversion rate on Emoji's donation is, the currency there. Thank you for the donation. I have to try and figure that out. I'll do it all after the stream's over. But yeah, I think it's rocks. I feel like the only person that Whitebeard would have that connection with is like, he's reminded of his original captain, who he does not like very much, you know? Is Oda throwing in groups now for Seraphim, now 9 Holy Knights? You know, I'm thinking about it. I'm wondering if these are like different layers of like angel or something, like in the hierarchy. Like they have a hierarchy of like angels, and the Seraphim are somewhere on here, and then you have the Holy Knights, and then the Gorosei, or like the, yeah, I don't know. There's something weird about this whole like dynamic and having all these new groups get introduced like at the end. I'm wondering what Oda's gonna do with that. People were saying that, you know, with the Seraphim, in my theory, the Monkey D. Dragon Revolution theory, where they're gonna have the Seraphim turn against the Celestial Dragons and kind of it'll be like the Lunarians taking back their kingdom on top of the Red Line, right? So they're gonna they're gonna switch sides based on the orders that they're given. They're gonna fight against the Celestial Dragons. And when I suggested the idea originally, granted, people did say, I think rightfully so, that it would be a little bit too one-sided in the favor of the Revolution. If you take away half the Marines and you take away Is it $7? I'll confirm that later. When you take away the what was I gonna say? Fuck. I don't know. Oh yeah, when you take away half the Marines and you give all the Seraphim to the revolutionaries, the world government doesn't seem to have much to defend themselves with. But the God Knights introduces a whole new element to this, because now you will have the world government who's going to have, they're going to have probably some of the shittiest Marines backing them up, like the bad guys. They're going to have the God Knights, or the Holy Knights, or whatever. The Gorosei, who I'd presume are pretty good fighters, if I had to guess, based on shonen tropes. Emu's probably incredibly powerful on their own. What else? What else? I mean, CP0. I don't know if CP0 is going to remain loyal by the end. What's happening on Egghead right now? I could see CP0 not sticking around. You know what I'm saying? What if the Holy Knights have biblical names like Gabriel and Michael? That'd be so cool, man. That'd be so cool. Vazu Cap. Thank you for the VIP message, brother. He said, many people speculate that the 9 unknown men of Ashoka could be Oda's inspiration for the 9 Gods Knights. It was a secret society in India. Interesting. Are they stated to be... Oh, well, I guess we can count them on this panel, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I don't know if it's confirmed that there are 9 of them, but... I mean, yeah, I'm assuming that this is supposed to be a accurate count of all of them. But 9 is a pretty significant number. There's a lot of new characters to throw into the mix. I'm more willing to believe that some of these characters might be people we're somewhat acquainted with already, you know? What was I gonna say? But I'm gonna look into the 9 unknown men of Ashoka. That's interesting. I've not heard of that before. Let me Google that right now. Interesting. Okay. The 9 Unknown is a 1923 novel by Talbot Mundy. It concerns the 9 unknown men, a secret society founded to preserve and develop knowledge that would be dangerous to humanity if it fell into the wrong hands. The 9 unknown men were entrusted with guarding 9 books of secret knowledge. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna look into this. Huh. I'm not having 100 YouTubers participate. I don't think that would be possible, B-Ranks. I'm probably going to get a handful of people. With the pace the story has taken, I can see Kizaru getting defeated at the end of Egghead. Epitaph, I think I agree with you. I feel like Kizaru is probably going to get snuffed by Luffy before the end of Egghead. I don't think he's going to be out for the count in the story, but I think he's going to get pretty humbled on Egghead before the Egghead arc is over, if I had to guess. Hildeline, that's a really good question. Why does Dragon know about the Holy Knights? How secret are they? Like, do Suru and Sengoku know about them? Also, what the fuck is with Kong? Why is Oda designing new groups before introducing him properly? These are all good questions. Do other people know about this group? Are they like a secret thing? Because it sounds like our real battle will start when they mobilize. What do you mean mobilize? Like, were they not in Marijois at the time? Right? Just like, okay. Stefan Sali said, the kanji for God's Knights is Kami no Kishidan. The important part is the dan. Without it, it would simply mean God's Knights, but with it, it's chivalric order. Ah, okay. Which leads me to think they will be related to the Knights of the Round Table or the Templars as a real-life inspiration. That's a goated comment, Stefan. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I love that idea. I love that idea. How many men were at the Knights of the Round Table? Like, how... Over 100 members. So they might have applied the Knights of the Round Table concept to like all the nations of the world government, maybe, and like all the kings of the world government, because you have the reverie, right, which is everyone sitting around the round table, technically. So it's all the kings of all the hundreds of countries that are allied under the world government, and they all sit around a round table. So yeah, more than 9, I know. Way more than, yeah. But I'm just wondering, I'm wondering if there's a number in One Piece. I'm wondering if there's a number in One Piece that can line up with that, you know? There are 9 founders of the Knights Templar, according to Izaz. Okay, interesting. 9 founders of the Knights Templar. God's Knights, the chivalric order. I don't doubt it at all. I think that's absolutely something Oda could be referencing. And the way it's described here, here's another piece of evidence for Shanks, right? Supposedly, these guys didn't do, like while Sabo was at Marijois raising hell, apparently, God's Knights did not mobilize at that time. Dragon is talking about this as if God's Knights have not mobilized yet, they have not done anything yet. But why wouldn't they? There was a direct attack on the Celestial Dragon's homeland. You know who was there at Marijois at the same time? Shanks. Now, this tells me, not to continue to imply him, but even if Shanks was this guy, you can't just write him off, because the way it sounds here is God's Knights or the chivalric order or all these guys are on reserve by the sounds of it. These are guys that are not meant to act yet. They have to actually be ordered to do something. So even if it was Shanks or if it was his crew, it would make sense for them to spend their time pirating and doing a bunch of bullshit all the time, because the way it sounds here is that God's Knights don't do anything until they're told, until they're, you know, okay, hold on. I might have to take this phone call. I might be getting a call from my veterinarian. Hold on a second. All right. It wasn't my vet. It was a fucking telemarketer. Epic. No, he's not sick. Thanks for the concern, guys. Musashi is all right. He's just I'll be honest. Can I vent about this for a second? I took him to a vet at the beginning of the year, and they did a checkup on him, and then the results came back, and they said that he has elevated white blood cell count, so he might have some sort of infection, or he's sick or something. They did all this treatment on him, and it's taken 5 months, and after 5 months of constant treatment, multiple rounds of antibiotics, multiple urinalysis, and like a lot, like probably over like $800 at this point, like close to $1,000 out of, like, burned a hole in my wallet. They finally call me back like 2 weeks ago, and they say, hey, bad news, he has a urinary tract infection, we got to put him on another round of antibiotics. So at this point, I just think that I'm getting grifted by my vet, because every time I go into the office, I spend more time getting charged for pharmaceuticals over the counter than them actually seeing and talking to me about my dog and actually examining him and making sure everything's all right. They even had me do an ultrasound, and now the ultrasound, like, that's a whole other thing. But the point is, I feel like I was just walking into the office and paying them for pharmaceuticals for my dog, and every single time I finished the course of those pharmaceuticals, they just tell me, okay, there's another problem, we gotta give him another antibiotic. So I was like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, what are these guys doing? So I went and a few days ago, I hit up a new vet, and I'm trying a new place out. And this guy told me, he was looking at the report. Apparently, they actually don't even have the ultrasound. They didn't send the ultrasound to them. So they're just like terrible record keeping. And he said that, like, they gave you, he told me, he's looking at the record, he's like, based on these results, the antibiotic they gave you, they shouldn't have even given you because the bacteria here is resistant to that antibiotic. So if the vet actually, like, looked at the results, the new vet could not understand why they chose to give me this antibiotic because it was resistant to it. So it's like, they're just trash. I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. Trash doctors. Like, the new vet is amazing, but like the previous ones, I mean, I spent so much money and like we've just been chasing lab results the entire time, and it's like 5, 6 months later now, and it's still, they still want me to come back in and buy more pills and spend another $300 for a urine test for my dog. It's like bro, come the fuck on, you know? So and the worst part is my insurance didn't even help me out, because after the third test they had me do, my insurance stopped assuming that this was like for some like important thing, and they only reimbursed me. I spent $300 on the last urine exam for my dog. You know how much I got reimbursed by my insurance? $4. I'm not kidding you. They sent me a check in the mail for my insurance. They sent me a check in the mail for $4 fucking US dollars. Vent over. So the reason that all happened is because now I'm waiting. The new vet has some results coming, and he basically he said, we just took another test from him. He looked at all the records, he read everything, and he said, we're gonna have definitive answers for you in a week. And now I'm just waiting for the phone call. I'm waiting to hear if this is something I should be worried about, and if my dog is actually ill, or if this is just some bullshit that these crooks have been having me drop money on constantly. Yeah. Dude, you should sue them. I just don't, the thing is, man, I don't know enough about this stuff to be confident in something like that, and I also don't have the money to pay for a lawsuit. Like, I'm just not in the position to do that, you know? Like, I've already lost so much money on this treatment alone. I just don't have, like, I'm not in a position, you know? I would love to, like, press them, because I really think they genuinely do not care about the animals they treat at their clinic. But whatever, man. It's what can you do? You live and learn, right? You live and learn. All I want is just good news, you know? All I want is just to hear the good news that my dog is okay. I don't know why it's taken 5.5 months to give me that good news, and it's still not good news. That's a whole other thing. Trust me, it's been killing me. It's been getting on my nerves big time. It's been getting on my nerves. That's been a big thing lately. It's like just having money fly out the window for this like unnecessary shit. But the thing is, I don't even know if it's unnecessary, because I'm not the professional, right? So I don't know if what they're telling, I'm not a veterinarian. I don't know if what they're telling me is correct. I can only trust you know, the professionals. So it's like I'm in a really bad position. Hildeland asked, "Nani o nonderu no?" I am drinking Canada Dry ginger ale. It's pretty good. I'm a ginger ale guy. I've been getting into this more lately. I stopped drinking dark sodas. because the chemical or whatever that makes the soda that color, I hear it's like it leads to kidney stones or some shit. So I've been trying to avoid any sodas that have dark like coloration, like Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, whatever those. Like I hear those are like really bad for your kidneys, whatever that chemical is. I don't know how true it is, but I've just started if I'm gonna drink soda, I'm gonna drink something without the coloring and all that stuff, those extra chemicals in there. Sounds like I keep putting my trust in untrustworthy people. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not like this is a frequent thing, man. It's just this one vet. The thing is, this is the vet that I've been going to since he was a puppy. So, you know, up until now, they've been doing fine. It's just lately it's been an absolute nightmare. I will say the last thing that made me sus of this vet was that the last time I went there, like last year, my dog had like he was like losing hair and like a patch on his back, and I took him there and they prescribed me like a $200 like pharmaceutical cream to give my dog, and we used it for a month. It didn't work. And then you know what we did? We used normal human lotion, like hand lotion, like stuff you could buy it at CVS. We took normal human lotion and we put it there instead of the pharmaceutical crap, and his hair grew back. So for a $20 bottle of lotion, I was able to fix my dog's problem. I go to a professional who spent years in school and charged me like $200 to $300 for this like special cream, and it did absolutely nothing. So yeah. Anyway, rant over. Done talking about the shitty vets that I had. But yeah, it was just that one clinic. But I've learned my lesson. Where were we? We were talking about the God's Knights and stuff. Try new stock. They use it on horses for dry spots. If that happens again, I'll try that. I mean, the way it was just like normal, like like not sanitizer, moisturizer. Like we just used moisturizer, like basic, like $10 moisturizer, and it worked. It fixed the problem. Dax says, check the end of chapter 450. Absalom has an emu silhouette, identical. Summons zombie generals, which are all knights in suits of armor, warriors of ancient times, he calls them. Wait a second, that's really cool. Let's check that out. I saw Stefan ask if I was going to be playing Zelda after. I definitely am. I think what I'm going to do is after the stream, I'm going to take a little short break, and then I'm going to start up a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stream, and I'm going to be playing that probably the rest of tonight, because I have been itching to play that game all day, and I haven't. I played last night, for anyone that was here last night. I played at midnight, but let me get the filter up. But yeah. Last night I started it. I got out of the tutorial area, so we're gonna continue. We are now in the main part of the game, so I'm gonna continue playing Zelda in probably like an hour, or maybe a half an hour to an hour after the stream is over. All right, let's see Absalom do his thing here. Oh shit, this is a crazy nice catch. That's actually really cool. Yo, Dak, that's a nice find. Did you find this? That's sick. That's really cool. What time is it in New York right now? It is 4:30. It's 4:30. So, how long have we been streaming? An hour and a half? I'll probably stream for like another 10, 15, I think. And then we'll close this out. I'm gonna go, you know, maybe grab some food, have a drink or something, rest up, and then after maybe 30 minutes to an hour, I'll start up another stream. We'll jump into Tears of the Kingdom. Also, just want to quickly say, I feel like I have to say this at least once per stream. Otherwise, I'm gonna regret it. Please like the stream, folks. Anyone who hasn't liked the stream yet, please do. It really does help me out. It helps. So for those who are wondering how the likes help, when the streams are done, the VODs stay up on YouTube. Those VODs pop up in search results. They pop up in the algorithm. By liking the stream, I'm almost certainly positive you push it up in the algorithm, and you make it more likely for people to get the VODs to pop up on their page and stuff. So please really do like the stream. It sincerely does help me out. It pushes the streams out to a bigger audience. So, you know, I know I've seen a lot of people say, I wish I had money to donate or become a member, blah blah blah. You don't need any of that. You don't need to throw money at the channel if you can't. The best way to support me, first and foremost, is just hitting that like button. That's like the best thing. Once we get more people in here, these streams become more and more banging. The game shows keep coming, things like that. Those are that's the goal. That's the goal. So thank you guys. Johannes, thank you for the member message, my friend. He said God Knights not being known and coming in this late must be because they are a last resort for the world government, maybe even mass destruction or collateral damage. They could be like a really, really big they could be like a Buster Call level threat that like that people do not like. They can't use them without having massive repercussions. I like that. That's a good point. They're so destructive, they're so powerful that they're only a last resort sort of weapon. But I'm wondering if their purpose is defensive, because you would think they would be used offensively. Like, we would have heard about the God's Knights by now if they're that strong. Like, what are they practicing on? What are they getting to fight, you know? I almost wonder if yeah, like, that's what makes me think that they might be people who are like not mobilized yet or anything like that. Like, they're people that are like doing normal things, going about their lives normally, and then when the call comes, they take action. So I could see God's Knights being people that like play roles elsewhere in the world that we already know, and maybe it's like a collection of different people that all kind of, once the call comes for God's Knights to take action or make a move, then they make their move. You know what I'm saying? That's when shit starts going down. Great Green Demon, thank you for the $5, bro. He said, yo, sorry I missed a chapter. Work got in the way today, but still gonna throw money at the channel. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. No, I like I said, like I was saying before, you guys don't have to do that. It helps me immensely, and I really do appreciate it. You know, I really prefer, more than anything else, just to help push the videos out and to push the streams out to more people, as many people as possible. For me, that's like the most important thing, because the donation goals and stuff, we can always make those happen. We're gonna do that. You know, the videos are still gonna keep coming, but at the end of the day, it's not for anything if it doesn't reach people. You know, if the videos and the streams don't get anywhere, yeah. So that's basically the thing. So yeah, definitely liking the stream is the most important. I think that's the best way to help me out. Shaka and Pal are probably holy knights. That's an interesting. I don't think they are, but I think the idea of Shaka and Pel is probably very similar to what the idea behind the Holy Knights is. Like, I could see them being like, maybe it's like a collection of warriors. Let's bounce off let's stop with the Shanks idea for a second, and let's talk about it's getting a little hot in here. Yeah, let's talk about a potential other idea. Let's say it's not Shanks and his boys. Let's say it's a bunch of other guys. Yeah, these guys could be like people with like really strong zones, like guardian spirit type mythical zone and like creatures. That's what makes them so strong. And these might be like connecting all the way back to the ancient kingdom, connecting back to the void century, and they might have been, it could be that they're like super powerful mythical zones, and it's like a collection of them, right? Like, think about it this way. It could be It could be like a collection, let's say it's 9 of them. It could be 9 incredibly powerful ancient gods that are all, you know, they're like holy knights or like the chivalric order, God's knights, whatever name you want to call them. But at the end of the day, it could be that they're these 9 guys who have these godlike abilities, and they all serve Emu. So yeah, it doesn't have to be Shanks. It could be anyone. I could see it being something similar to like Pell and Shaka, where they're like, they have some ancient ties to like to the world government, the kingdom, all that stuff. Pell has the greatest feat in the verse, surviving a nuke to the face. Definitely scales to God Knight. Man, look, if Pell is properly power scaled at some point in the story, and like they make him a lot stronger than we thought he was, I'll be down to accept that he survived the explosion. Until then, I'm just chalking that up to Oda not wanting to kill the guy. But I really, man, I would love if it turned out that Pell was actually like crazy strong. You know, that would explain a lot. Phantom, he said, I'm gonna head out. My internet is in disarray. Bye, Hidden and crew. Until next time. Yo, bye, my friend. Thank you for being here, Phantom. I'll see you next time. Could that be why the faces of Pell and Shaka weren't shown this chapter? Oh, so you're saying... I think I understand what you mean. You think they're in disguises, or do you think they're actually... Yeah, they're not with Vivi, right? Wait. Hold on a second. What happened to Shaka and Pell? What happened to Shaka and Pell? They're not with Vivi right now. What happened to these guys? Their faces are not shown? I like this idea. Hold on. I like this idea. I like the idea of them being traitors. That would be a really crazy twist. I have to reread Alabasta though, because I feel like the relationship that Pell had with Vivi and stuff like that. Oh, was it all fake? Was it all fake? We saw in Water 7 that Lucci, like all CP9, were able to fake relationships. They were able to fake relationships for years. Could it be? Could it be? And of course they would send God's Knights to Alabasta because that's the one kingdom that defied the world government. No, so I don't even think... I'm actually buying into the idea that Pell and Shaka were sleeper agents this whole time. Like, it's not like imposters. Like, they're actually... It could be that they're actually part of this, and they're secretly really strong, and they're sleeper agents that were, like, keeping tabs on Cobra and Vivi. Because of the Alabasta, like, they're the one kingdom of the 20 original kings who branched off during the Void Century and left. Right? Who said that? Was that Tayante? Bro, that is such a crazy twist. If that happened, oh my god, if that's what happens next chapter, I'm gonna lose my mind. That would be a fucking crazy plot twist. And that's why Pell didn't die. If it turns out that Pell survived legitimately, oh man. Oh, people will never stop talking about that. People will never stop talking about that. Oh, yeah, Chance. Oh, Chance, imagine if Sabo saw that, like you said, like he saw, like Sabo himself witnessed Pell kill Cobra there, or some shit. Oh, man, that's crazy. Wow, if that happens next week, just be prepared. I will pop off. I will shout out Tayante for that one. I'll pop off. Oh man. Yeah, I would completely forgive Pell Reverse. I would forgive him completely. I would forgive him completely. No. No, Rubik's. Yeah, I kind of don't want that just for the emotional damage it would cause to Vivi. But, Stefan, if we're being real here, I think that's the juiciest part. I think that's the juiciest part. If you have, yeah, if you have something like that, that like completely just turns Vivi's world on its head, you know, like you have her father gets assassinated, the people she was close to, she thought she could trust, she can't trust, she's now on the run from the world government. This is the perfect scenario to mold Vivi into not just a princess anymore, but now she's going to have to become a survivor. She's going to have to become a warrior. She's going to have to become, she might have to go back to being a pirate and rejoin the Straw Hat Pirates then. Oh man, I'm down for that. I'm ready for that sort of drama, man. I'm ready for that. I don't want it to happen to Vivi. I love Vivi, but like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, chat is super cooking, Casey. Chat's cooking like crazy today. I'm trying to think of... The only thing I'm wondering is how this would play out, right? Because they're outside the room. Well, there's a lot of ways that could go. But, wow. Then how does Vivi get out? That's another question. I'm hoping that, I mean, look, if we get like the second half of Reverie over like the next like 3 or 4 chapters, and it's like all these chapters back to back explaining what happened, or we could do it all in the next chapter. I could see that too. I'm just saying, there's some potential for a lot of crazy twists back to back to back here. That's like, oh man. Because we still got to see what happens with Bonnie. We got to see what happens with Shirahoshi, because Charlos is coming to make his move right now. We have yeah, so we have Sabo, we have Bonnie, we have Shirahoshi, and we have Cobra and Vivi. So, and we have the emu stuff. So we have like 5 different things happening at the same time at Reverie right now. And on top of that, you have like the fights with like Green Bull and Fujitora and all that stuff. But like damn. You know, like this is a lot of elements at play here. So I don't know if I can easily see us moving past the Reverie flashbacks within the next chapter. I think we might get like 2 more chapters of this, because Sabo has a lot to talk about here. I could also see Oda covering it all next chapter, but I'm just saying there's a lot of happenings that are going to have to get explained, and there's certain characters I want to get an update, like what's going on, you know. It seemed like Shirahoshi was able to get home okay, right? Because we saw Neptune and Garp talking. Was that after the Reverie? Was that after the Reverie already happened? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so, Ace. I really think Kuma was one of the God's Knights. Like, they were being trained, right? Like, that's the way I see it. I feel like that, because I can't think of another explanation to, like, say how Kuma went from being in Marijois as a slave to somehow becoming a king later, right? Like, how do you move up the ladder that way? It seems like there's not really a way to do that if you are from, like, if you're a slave in Marijois, I can't figure out a scenario in which you're able to leave, become a free man, and then not only that, become a king of a nation that then operates under the world government. And they would know that. They would know you being the king. But then this takes us down a different rabbit hole, right? Because maybe if Kuma was trained to be a God Knight, and Kuma is a revolutionary, that would explain how Dragon knows about the Holy Knights or the Holy Order or whatever. Dragon would know about it maybe through Kuma, if Kuma was trained to be one of them, right? So that also, maybe the explanation for why they let Kuma go is not that he escaped slavery, but actually that he was always a puppet for the world government. They didn't realize he became a revolutionary until later. That's why they punished him. But as far as they knew, they probably thought Kuma was their god knight. They trained him. They let him go. They sent him out to be a king of his kingdom. And maybe if the god knights are like, if they're all these like sleeper agents that they can be called to arms at any time, and we don't know who they are. It could be that Kuma, just like Pell and Shaka, like let's say that Pell and Shaka are a part of this, they could all have been operating in their various kingdoms, and then the world government, when they say, hey, we need the god knights for X, Y, or Z, then they make their move. Then Kuma would go to Marijua, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, Caden, that's another great point. He said, Hidden, Bonnie also says that Kuma was part of a special people in Egghead. Yeah, maybe the special people is the chivalric order. Maybe it's the god knights. So it could be that's the connection. That's how Dragon knows about them. That's why Kuma was there, and that's why Kuma was punished so harshly when they found out he betrayed them and he was working with the revolutionaries. Then they condemned him to imprisonment, slavery, all those things. But like things about like his body structure being incredibly strong, so on and so forth. It almost seems like he was built up to be that way. Like maybe there's some sort of like genetic properties that he has, or like he was trained from a very young age to be so physically strong and imposing or something like that. Yeah. That's a way I could see that being the way it plays out. I could see that being the way it plays out. And that's interesting too, Atlas. That's why Kuma is climbing the red line, because he has to follow the God Knight's orders. Could it be? Did they start mobilizing the God Knights now? Because Lelucia got vaporized, right? Great Cleansing is starting. So they're starting the Great Cleansing. They're talking about God Knights getting mobilized. They mobilize the God Knights, and then Kuma goes flying to the red line and makes his way towards Marijua. Could that be it? Oh, that's... Yeah. That could be it. That could be it. No, they weren't deployed at the Reverie. That's what I'm saying. They're getting deployed now. They're getting called now because they're talking about it after the fact. They're saying they didn't mobilize the God Knights yet, right? So, but this Kuma thing happened also after the Reverie. Sabo was talking to them on the phone. This is after the Reverie happened. This is when Lelucia happened. So Kuma teleported to the red line then. So maybe now they're mobilizing them. They might have been called now. That's sick. That's sick. That's actually a really crazy idea. Oh man, this is fun to think about. But then Dragon would have known? No, but the thing is, Dragon doesn't know where Kuma went. Right? Because I'm pretty sure, as far as Dragon knows, Kuma just ran away and TP'd himself out of there. But they didn't see... It's not like Dragon saw Kuma teleport to Red Port. You know? He didn't see him at the red line. So... Could be. Because they don't seem to know where Kuma is right now, right? They didn't talk about Kuma. Aside from saving Kuma, they didn't actually talk about his current whereabouts at all in this chapter. Tyante, you think so, bro? Do you think there's a Holy Knight on the way to Egghead right now? That would be a really fun twist also. To get our first exposure to a Holy Knight. And then, I mean, unless if you're counting Saturn as a holy knight or like a former one, that could be it. But like if there's one of the actual holy knights there right now that's on the way. Oh man, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I'm just thinking about it. I like that. All right. They did mention he might be programmed to return. Thank you, Mr. Fan. I'm gonna have to double check that. That's also a good thing to cite. That could explain it then. Maybe they do know. No, so Johannes, this is what I'm saying. Cool, yeah, so he would assume he got called by someone if he knew he was a God Knight, but Kuma would have told him. I mean, Dragon knows what the God Knights are. The thing is with Kuma right now is that he's also robotified, so like they don't seem to have a full understanding of what his behavior. Like it's not like he's a human; he can communicate with them. I hope if what Mr. Fan is saying is true, that they mentioned that he might be programmed to return. Maybe they do know. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe they know what he's doing right now, and they just haven't clarified it. It could be that Kuma TPing to the red line is what incited this comment from Dragon, right? Because they say they're gonna, the real battle is gonna start then. So maybe this is onset by what Kuma did. Just something to think about. It's Saturn. He's the strongest and most ruthless one. I don't know if I agree with... Yeah, I see Moog saying that too. I don't agree with the Gorosei being God Knights. I agree with the potential idea of them being former God Knights who become the Gorosei later. But there is absolutely no reason here to have a distinction between this group and the Gorosei. Zero reason to distinguish the two. If it's just the Gorosei, you see more than 5 people here too. So there's no reason to make that distinction. They might as well just because obviously everyone knows about the Gorosei. So why wouldn't Dragon just say our real battle will start when they mobilize the Gorosei? They're very clearly 2 different groups. It wouldn't be like that would be like saying like we got the Shichibukai introduced and then we hear about the Yonko, and then it would be like saying I think all 4 Yonko make up 4 of the Shichibukai or something. Like if we hadn't had them revealed, it's like why even make why make the 2 groups then, That's why I think like while I'm willing to buy into the Gorosei being former God Knights or whatever, these guys got to be separate right now. I'm willing to buy into that though. Sayater, yeah, I'm sorry, I saw you mention this earlier, I completely forgot to check it out. You said, don't want to spam your chat, but peep 908 in the panel of the Room of Flowers with the emu in it if you get the chance. Let me check that out right now. Yeah. Yeah, this person could be a God Knight. We don't really get to see much, though. They could be the top 5 strongest Holy Knights. That's also an interesting way to look at it. I really don't see why. I don't know. I feel like if you're the Gorosei, you're not they do have weapon. Like one of them has a weapon. I'm willing to buy that. It just feels like why even introduce this as a new group, Like, instead of introducing these 5 guys and then have them be the top 5 strongest of this group, and then we just have, like, 4 other scrubs by comparison. Not scrubs, but, like, you know what I'm saying? let me humor this, Tyante. Let me humor this idea, and let me give you some ammunition, because I'm playing devil's advocate with myself right now, and I see an idea for this that does help your argument, and I want to give it to you. How about this? What if the Gorosei are the top 5 strongest members of the Holy Knights? And let's say there are 9 Holy Knights. 9 Holy Knights, including the Gorosei, plus Emu, makes 10. We now have the 10v10 with the Straw Hats at the end. It would be the top 5 Straw Hats, the top 5 strongest Straw Hats aside from Luffy versus the Gorosei, the other 4 versus the other 4 God Knights, and then Emu versus Luffy. That would be a pretty easy setup. If you wanted to do that, you wanted to do the 9+1 captain, you could do that with the God Knights plus Emu. If the Gorosei is included in that group. So that could be a cool way to do it. So although I personally think they're separate, I don't agree. I don't think that the Gorosei are part of this group just yet. I'm willing to, like, if it does happen, I think that's the way it'll work. That I could see that happening. But I'm still gonna hold out. I think that they're a separate thing. Mr. Rubik said, I think there's a potential for Lucci to defend Vivi in this flashback. I see Beauty and the Beast vibes there, and it would reinforce the team up on Egghead. Maybe we see Lucci defend her versus Pell and Shaka. So, oh man, what a twist. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? If Pell and Shaka turn out to be like evil motherfuckers and they're God Knights, and then Lucci helps Vivi escape, and Lucci defends Vivi from Pell and Shaka, and helps Vivi get out? Oh, man. It almost seems out of character for him, but after the recent stuff at Egghead and, like, his first encounter with Luffy changed him. Like, remember, Bellamy, when Bellamy came back in Dressrosa, and Bellamy comes back in Dressrosa and he's like a changed man after Luffy kicked his ass, right? And he's like, you showed me the way, like I realized I was wrong, blah blah blah. Maybe Lucci began ever since Lucci got his ass handed to him by Luffy, maybe Lucci started to question dark justice, and he started to change his moral code just a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Just enough to motivate him to defy the Celestial Dragons in a situation like this. And maybe he decides to defend Vivi there. And we have like a mini redemption for him as a character. I would love that. I would really like that. Ace says that means there are more sleepers in other crews. Yeah, and you know what? With the clone thing with Stussy, like Oda is definitely prepping us. Like, okay, Stussy, clone double agent Stussy, and then you have like the trade. Like there's so many traders lately in the story, guys. Like we have Kanjuro, we have the Stussy thing, we have York. Like, it could just keep going. Like, the list could continue. We could have enemies in this story where we don't realize yet we have enemies. We could have bad guys hiding in plain sight right now, and we don't know because the God Knights have not been mobilized yet. And then once that happens, we're going to have some characters just completely change allegiances or something. That could be a wild, like, turn of events. That would change everything for the story. I would be so hyped for that. Oh, man. Wow, I could think about this for a while. All right, guys, this is really fun. Let me give my closing thoughts on the chapter. Let me quickly update the dono goal here. think that I'm trying to do the math. 3. I'm gonna round that up. All right. Wow. Oh, and thank you for another $5, Grizzly Adams. I appreciate that, man. Straw Hats versus God Knights. Revo Army Commanders versus Gorosei. Sabo and Vice Captains versus CP0. Dragon versus Emu until he busts out Uranus, then Luffy comes in. That's a good way of structuring that. I could see that happening too. Huh. I mean, if all the God Knights are their own unique new characters, yeah. I like that. Thank you for the 5, my friend. Chaozu says, Hidden, consider Garp in the Shanks God Knight theory. Are you asking, or rather suggesting that Garp is one of them? I don't think so. I think Garp's a good guy through and through. I don't think he'd be involved in anything like that, personally. But, yeah. If there's anyone that may have been associated with the God Knights at some point, I could see it being Shanks, Dragon, but I don't know about Garp. Garp is not the type, in my opinion. Unless you're talking about Grap. I see you wrote Grap there. It could be, maybe Grap is in the God Knights. just messing. All right, guys. I'll answer one more question, then we'll close things out, and then I'll get Zelda started up in like 30 minutes or so. Oh, I see what you mean, Chaozu. You're saying Garp hates Shanks for that reason. So maybe you're saying Garp knows about, like, if Shanks is a God Knight, you're saying he would know about that, and that's one of the reasons he hates Shanks? That could be a... The thing is his hatred for Shanks is never depicted as, like, some burning, passionate hatred. It's just kind of like, hey, I don't like that guy, he's a bad influence on you, you know? He made you into a pirate, that sort of thing. Yeah. I could see that, though. I could see that. That would make sense for me. Game 6 soon? Oh, we got Game 6? Oh, fuck. What time is that? Hold on. $7:30. I think I'm gonna have to. I want to see Game 6 because we're one game away from potentially getting knocked out. I also want to play and stream Zelda really badly. Damn, that's rough. That is rough. What, dude? I didn't realize Game 6 was today for the Knicks. All right, we'll do Zelda anyway. We'll do Zelda. Those swirls look like Ben's clothes. Let's see. Let's find out, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it kind of does. Both. I don't think I'd be able to do. So it's one thing to stream and focus on chat. It's one thing to stream and watch the game. To do all three at the same time, whew, that would be impossible. I don't think I'd be able to. I think one of those things would get sacrificed, either playing Zelda or watching the game. Rubik says, seems like my super chat didn't go through to chat. Weird. Shit, all good, man. No worries. Like I said before, just you know, no pressure to, you know, you don't have to super chat or anything. If you want to just ask the question, I'm happy to answer it. We're wrapping up things anyway, so let me just I'll just answer your question, whatever it was. If YouTube's being, I mean, YouTube's weird all the time, whatever. Has Hidden seen the chapter cover for $6.99 yet? Nice little touch. I haven't seen that yet. Let's check it out. I can't wait for this aesthetic to be in One Piece. I really can't wait for this to be like like obviously the Mary Joie arc is going to have this aesthetic. It's going to have like the medieval knights and the like the French nobility era look and like, oh man, that's gonna be awesome. "16 holy knights to match the 1/6 thing." That's another great idea. I'm down to believe that. I could buy into that. I could buy into the 16 holy knights. Oh man, so many cool ideas coming out of this chapter, man. That was a real sleeper too, because like every crazy chapter lately has been about some like insane character doing something crazy, like a crazy combat feat. One-shotting Kid, you know, the blue hole from Garp and all that stuff. You know, Blackbeard's been getting some shine. But like this chapter, like we went back to the revolutionaries and it was all about just like what's going on at Mary Joie and like some, you know, mostly just dialogue. But damn, that was a great chapter. So like so much comes from just that little bit of world building, that little drop of like the concept of these god knights or whatever. And now everyone's just running wild with the idea. And I love that. I love that. And this is to go back to what I was harping on at the beginning of the stream, I got upset about, because it's like, because people didn't want me to speculate, like people were like not happy with me suggesting Shanks could be it, but it's like, bro, like let's speculate on this. This is like really cool. Like this is a whole new, like imagine. Let me put it this way. Imagine getting the Shichibukai like revealed to you for the first time. Like remember when we first learned about the 7 warlords? We got introduced to Mihawk and he's like, oh, he's one of the 7 warlords. If that happened, like wouldn't you guys want to like speculate on that? Like who are the other warlords? Who are these guys? That's awesome. Like that's a crazy new fun concept to introduce into the story. I always love when like groups or like organizations with unnamed members that are all like implied to be powerful. I love when that shit gets like revealed in One Piece. That's one of like the highlights of the story for me, where you get like little tidbits into the Shichibukai, and then you got like little bits into the Yonko, and then we got to meet all of them individually one by one. We got to learn about them. Now we're getting this setup. We're getting this setup now for the God Knights, and it's like, yeah, we should go off the walls with the speculation right now, because now we have a group. We have a group that's so powerful, right? Think about it this way. Dragon is not afraid of attacking Mary Joie with Fujitora, Green Bull or Ryokugyu, and CP0 there. They have they have no problem attacking the Holy Land with all those massive threats there. You have full-on Marine admirals at this place. But Dragon is saying we gotta worry when the God Knights mobilize. So you're telling me you're not afraid of admirals, but you're afraid of these guys? Like that, just for power scaling purposes, like doesn't that set off alarm bells? Like that's something we have to start talking about. We have to talk about how strong these guys are. These guys all gotta be like crazy powerful. They got to be crazy strong, and there's many of them. It's not like there's 3. Like that silhouette, that image alone showed 9 guys. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we've been hyped about the Gorosei. We don't even know their names. We just learned the name of one of them, and even just the name drop alone was super hype. So it's like, man, you've introduced a whole new faction into One Piece now that's incredibly powerful, super high level end game faction with a fully composed of unknown members as of right now. The hype levels are astronomical as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'm super pumped for more of the God Knight stuff. Time for Oda to get Kong into the story. I want Kong to come into the story too. I want him to do something, man. I need Kong to do something. I've been low key. He's been in the back of my mind this whole time, and I'm like trying to figure out where he plays into things. But yeah. DeMello asks, how many Holy Knights can Roger take? It's a at this point I can't say. Maybe 1 or 2 if I had to guess. Based on the way that they're being built up off of that one statement, I would assume it'd be not a Roger would win, but it would be it wouldn't be an easy fight. Is you know, might be able to take 2v1 or something. If it turns out that Shanks is one of these God Knights and every God Knight is a Shanks level fighter, then that's a whole different story. Then I think it's just I don't think Roger can take more than one at a time. Young Usopp, thank you for the $2, brother. He said, I think Kong is the leader of the God Knights. You know, I could see Kong having some sort of authority or involvement with the God Knights because he does hold such a high position and he seemingly hasn't really done anything up until now. He's helped appoint the Fleet Admiral, but aside from that, nothing. So, that's an interesting idea. I would love for him to play a role somewhere in the story, and maybe if this is the way to bring him in, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Kong is Luffy's son. Oda, as good of a writer as Oda is, I don't think even he would be able to write that and make that work. Moog asks, was T-Bone a God Knight? Well, I want to hype him up and say he's strong enough to be one as a joke, but I also don't want to associate him with the God Knights if they're just like a bunch of douchebags, so, because T-Bone is a homie, you know what I mean? If Kong is a God Knight, then we're in trouble. Yeah. I'm assuming he's crazy strong. All right, guys, we've gone. I said it was gonna be 15 minutes. We've done 30 minutes, I think. So I'm gonna just close it here. This is a really fun stream, fun chapter. Well, this is not the chapter we read today. This chapter was the one we read today. Yeah, chapter 1083. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I really enjoyed this. I'm happy to be back to the One Piece weekly grind. I hope that this continues for a little bit. I hope we get a chapter next week and the week after that to kind of pick the pace back up. And if we're getting a lot of these info dumps right now, it'll be very nice to have back-to-back chapters to kind of keep that train rolling so that the pace doesn't feel like super, super slow. So, yeah, great chapter. I enjoyed the stream. Guys, before I close things out, I just want to take a second to sincerely, you know, just thank you guys for the massive support that you guys showed out today. $322 in one stream for the donation goal. That's so, I mean, seriously, that's super sick. So we might even be able to make this game show happen sooner than I anticipated. Sheesh, I was like expecting like July time, but it might be June that this happens. So we'll see. My birthday's in June, so maybe we sync it up with my birthday. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for donating towards this. I really can't wait to make this happen. Your support is completely, what's the word? Is it invaluable? Like, or not invaluable as in not valuable, as in the value. I can't put a price on it. I can't put words on it. That's what I'm trying to say. I really do seriously appreciate all the support and the patronism from you guys and the generosity. As well as all the memberships. Killer, I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Everyone else, I don't, trying to remember who else gifted memberships today. Did Atlas gift memberships? Was it Atlas? But yeah, every one of you guys who donated or gifted, thank you guys. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to do this game show. I have a lot of fun ideas. I spent a bunch of time brainstorming all the fun like rounds and like the games and all the like the fun little challenges I want to do. The thing I have to decide right now is whether or not, this is the biggest question on my mind. Do I make it elimination style where every round someone gets knocked out of the running, or do I do it like points based where you get points based on your placement each round, and that way you don't get knocked out of the competition, you can stay the whole stream, and then by the end of it, whoever has the most points wins. I think that would be cool. Allison, now I donated. Chance and Killer gifted. Yes, Chance, my bad, Chance. Yes, thank you so much for the gifted memberships, Chance. Really appreciate you. You and Killer, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Chatsu. Thank you, man. You're awesome too, man. I love your comments. I see your comments on my videos all the time. You leave great, insightful comments. Teching would be crazy fun. Yeah, actually, yeah. Caden, sorry, I missed your comment. We need Teching 101 on the game show. I have a feeling he would sweep. I think he would do very well. I think he would do very well. Trivia is definitely one of the rounds. So I think in the trivia round, it's going to be Teching and Artur. Teching and Artur are going to dominate in the trivia, I think, pretty hard. Especially Artur is a trivia monster with One Piece. I don't know if you're ever watching this, Artur, but big respect, man. I've put you to the test a bunch of times, and every single time you've immediately snapped back at me with the immediate answer. Like, you just know. You just know stuff, and it's so impressive. So, everyone, listen, all the rounds, everyone's going to have rounds that they excel in, you know? Like, there's going to be rounds that, like, some people just have the skill set to, like, cook. And then there's some that I'm going to maybe make the games a little bit different. Like there's, everything's going to put emphasis on different skill sets. That's why we're doing multiple rounds, you know, so that there's going to be many different opportunities for everyone to shine in their own way. There might be a round that's related to theorizing. There might be a round that's related to trivia. There might be a round that's related to debating or power scaling, and things like that, or drawing, like art. like I want to bring back the drunk drawing in some sort of form, minus the drunk part, obviously. But yeah, Parvision's a great. He would be great for trivia too. So would Randy. Yeah. No, the trivia round's gonna be a slugfest. That's all I can say. Which is why I don't want to eliminate people, because I don't want to eliminate people from early rounds, and then rounds that they would be able to cook in, they don't get to take part in. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked super hard. Sorry guys, I'm very bad at saying goodbye. Let me just say goodbye now. Thank you all for coming to the stream. I'll catch you in maybe 30 to 40 minutes. We're gonna start up Zelda, and we'll continue Tears of the Kingdom. So, but yeah, thanks again for everything, guys. I'll catch you on the next stream in a few. So, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and if I don't see you there, have a wonderful Romance Dawn. Take care.